Okay, now we're going to move into the distribution channels. So once we have all of the supplies and we are able to have our company receive the plastics, cut and or mold and cut them, and then install the magnets and use the adhesive to attach them, we're figuring out different ways to distribute to the retailers that we had previously talked about. So here it might be a little bit tough to see on your computer screen, but you can easily see it in the PowerPoint that you will have access to. We broke down the three main suppliers that we're going to be using, which again are dhgate.com for the magnets, Reese Wholesale Hardware for the adhesive and the screws, and then Piedmont Plastics here in Denver for the plastic that we'll be using to mold and cut and have the main product. So once we get all of those suppliers, it goes down here to NeoCover where we actually manufacture the product. And then we decided that we are going to outsource our packaging as it will be a lot more efficient, cost effective, especially for the small operation that NeoCover is right now. So this is Denver Full Line Plant. It's a local packager and they do vacuum sealed plastic packaging. We think this is the best mode, the most common. Customers will see it, feel it, be familiar with it. Very common in home improvement retailers like Home Depot. After that, we decided to go with USPS. As you'll see later, we found that it is the most effective for small businesses, most effective at timing, logistics, and cost effective. And then after USPS, this is our indirect flow chart. And it goes to, as you can see, Lowe's, Home Depot, Ace Hardware, and then the Wayfair and the Amazon warehouses to then be distributed by those companies. Moving on, we have the direct marketing chain. This, again, we have the same suppliers, the same route all the way up to USPS. And then after that, it'll go from the Denver Full Line Plant packaging to USPS and then to the individual consumer. That way they can just get it right on time and not have to go to a retailer like Amazon or go to a brick and mortar location like Home Depot.
All right, so talking more about the channel plan now, kind of as Connor mentioned, we kind of decided to do a mixed approach with direct and indirect. Direct sales are pretty straightforward. We produce the product, we cut the product, you design it in with our engineers, and then we go to the packaging, who then sends it through USPS directly through the website sales. So then these are delivered directly to consumers. Indirect is the brick and mortar and online retailers. So Connor kind of broke it down already. Basically, we have our packaging done outsourced, and then they get delivered to these individual stores where they can do their own different sales tactics to sell the product in their own stores. All right, so talking about why we chose this selection. So we felt that this mixed approach was important to satisfy the needs of loyal consumers and consumers who are directly looking for this product. It is a novelty product to an extent. It's different, it's unique, and a lot of people don't know it exists. Like we kind of mentioned before, we've never seen it before. So we felt like there probably is a consumer out there that's looking for this particular product, and we felt like direct distribution was a great way to reach them that way. We have a product online that people can order with one click, so that was easy enough. We also felt like because it's a novelty product, we needed to go the indirect route as well. It's one of those things that you kind of want to try out in person. So when you see it at a store, you might there might be an example where there's a key hanging up there, and you're like, wow, like I want to try my keys up there. I want to see what it looks like, and it kind of creates that need for the customer, something they didn't know they had before. So yeah, it's just kind of establishing a need. And then talking about cost and shipping. So basically, outsourcing packaging we actually found to be cheaper and more efficient than doing it in-house. For a number of reasons. One of them is the fact that buying the equipment to ship, to create all these different plastics and cardboard and everything was going to be substantially expensive. We did a little research and we had the facts to back that up. As well as, yeah, the machinery and the plastics were the biggest thing. We're already having to pay for plastics from another source, so having to factor in the actual shipping product would be intense and a lot of money. And then shipping with USPS, we pulled a quote from basically this website that broke down small businesses and what's the most effective route for a small business. So for right now, we think this is the best option, mostly because it offers the most competitive rates, free pickup, free priority, and express mail packaging, plus a range of standard and expedited delivery options that fill most of the needs that a small company like ours are going to need. Obviously, we'll talk more about later as we expand, but right now that's kind of what we're thinking.
Okay, now we're going to move into plans for growth, because again, we will be wildly successful. So the first thing that we looked at is changes in the supply chain. So as we grow, as we become more successful, obviously our operations are going to grow, but what does that tangibly look like? So the changes in the supply chain are increased warehouse space, and that is to accommodate greater inventory. As the company grows, there's going to be larger orders, and that need to be filled a lot faster to keep up with the demand. So we're going to need to keep a lot more inventory on hand. And then the next part is internalizing packaging. So as of right now, outsourcing the packaging does make more sense as it is more cost efficient and operationally efficient. But as we go on, this will cut cost in the long run if we bring it in and have our own equipment to do so. It'll be a large upfront cost, but we think that in the long run, it'll be a better decision for NeoCover. And then we're going to change the distribution channels. At this point, again, with the internalizing the packaging, we are going to try to internalize the shipping, so we don't have to pay as much for USPS, or if we grow and do other business like maybe B2B, use DHL, UPS, FedEx. I think it'll be cheaper to use our own trucks. And this is hand in hand when we expand into more retailers. So eventually the plan is to get into Target, Walmart, places that have a lot of foot traffic that people go to consistently and that have sections of home improvement or office space materials, so on and so forth. And this is going to require greater logistics coordinating as we have more stores, more locations, and expand into more states. That's going to be very taxing on our logistics, and so we're going to have to adjust for that. And then we are going to have to deal with competition. So as the free market goes, when a product becomes successful, there are going to be competitors that try to come into the market and undercut you, steal your portion of the market share, or at least some of it. So we're afraid that big retail stores are going to try to cut in, and that they're also going to service the other companies that produce these products. So we are going to use them to help sell us, so they're going to benefit us, but can also be harmful at the same time. These products are also going to come on to online retailers such as Amazon. And then another threat to our company as we expand is the idea that it might become obsolete. As technology continues to evolve at an ever changing or ever quickening pace, there is a great possibility that new technology will come in that will basically make our product not useful. For example, you see things like the Amazon Alexa or the Google Home that are being Wi-Fi connected to lights that can come in and you say, hey, Google, turn off the lights or turn on the lights. So eventually we believe that there might not be any use for light switch covers. That might sound ridiculous now, but as technology moves forward, homes are becoming more advanced, apartments are becoming more advanced. And then along with this, it may not be voice-activated technology. It could be like a universal remote that is a touchpad in the home, again, making the light switch covers obsolete.
All right, so basically, now's the time to act. This product is up and coming. It's getting to awesome retailers. So why should you invest? It's a large market and can be used in virtually any home or living space. So everywhere you go, pretty much in the United States, there's going to be a light switch as it stands right now. So this is a great opportunity to get your foot in the door and get some traction involved in a product that has so much growth potential. It's also relatively cheap to distribute and make. If you look at it, it's mainly plastic and magnets. That's the biggest components. And then just the practical use for consumers. People are going to see this product and it's going to be something they need. They may not feel like they need it initially because they don't know it exists. But once people know about it, they're going to have it. So that's our presentation. We have some citations at the end here, which you can flip through later. But yeah, that's our presentation, and we appreciate your time.
Thank you.